Can't buy a house in Seattle without 20% down, right? Wrong. That myth is as old as my Nokia flip phone and just as useless. Today we're busting one of the biggest myths stopping smart buyers from making moves. You do not need 20% down. And in Seattle, waiting until you do could cost you a lot more if you don't get priced out altogether. So quick reality check here. FHA loans can go as low as 3.5% down, many conventional loans as low as 5% down, and first-time homebuyer programs in Washington can offer 0% down options. And if you're a veteran, that VA home loan, use that baby, because that can do 0% down with no PMI, or primary mortgage insurance, which we'll talk about in a minute. So why do so many people believe this 20% down myth? It's easy to get confused between thinking that you need 20% down to buy a house and understanding the benefits of putting 20% down. So let's break it down real quick into the pros and cons of putting 20% down. So the pros of putting 20% down is you have no private mortgage insurance or PMI. You skip the monthly fee that can substantially add to your monthly mortgage costs, but this doesn't benefit you, it protects the lender in case you default on your mortgage. One of the other benefits is a lower monthly payment. Less borrowed equals less owed every month, and less paid in interest over the course of your loan. It also means a stronger offer. Sellers often assume that if a buyer has a higher down payment, they are more serious and financially secure, which makes your offer stronger. And more equity from day one. That's instant skin in the game. Now let's get into some of the cons of waiting to save up that 20%. It can take years to save up that down payment, especially in Seattle where you have high cost of living and rent, and by the time you save $150,000, the market's already moved and likely gone up. And on that note, home prices may outrun you. The real estate market is not going to wait for you. While you're saving, prices and rates can rise faster than you can save, which many times I've seen would-be buyer clients of mine get priced out of ever buying a home in Seattle because as they were saving up their extra $50,000 for their down payment, the houses they're looking at increased in value by $100,000 or more. And one of the things I see a lot is I hear buyers waiting for rates to go down before buying. I want to let you in on a little secret. If rates go down after you buy a house, you can always refinance into a lower rate. But if the home prices increase while you're waiting for those rates to go down, you will get priced out and you won't be able to buy a home in Seattle. Now it may seem a little scary, but I've seen it firsthand and I don't want that to happen to you. Now I remember having some conversations with friends from 2014, 2015, when they told me that they're waiting for the Seattle market to crash for prices to go down. Do you know what happened in the market since then? Home values have increased 95% in Seattle. 95%. That means in 2014, the median home price was $434,000, which seems like a steal nowadays. They were waiting until that got cheaper. Crazy. Now in 2024, just 10 years later, that home price nearly doubled to $848,000. But it's not too late for you. Historically, home values always go up because they roughly match inflation, and that has never really gone down. And the last point in this con is the higher cost of waiting. Rent payments don't build equity and can go up year after year as home values, cost, and demand goes up. But mortgage payments are locked in and don't change much, as you're the one building equity as your home value goes up. Now hear me when I say, this part's important. This is where the majority of property owners generate their long-term wealth. According to NAR studies, homeowners have 40 to 43% more wealth than their renting counterparts. So what does this mean to you? To summarize, equity builds up. Every mortgage payment contributes to your equity. When you rent, your monthly payments benefit someone else. 2, appreciation helps. Over time, homes tend to increase in value. Homeowners benefit directly, renters don't. Forced savings. Owning forces you to save via paying down the principal amount owed on your mortgage. And lastly, asset ownership. Homeowners are far more likely to have ownership of other appreciating assets like real estate, investments, stocks, and other compounding wealth generating assets. And your home is one of the only investments with dual uses. You can live in it while it builds you wealth. So what's the bottom line here? If you're financially ready, have stable income, and want to build long-term wealth, and you need a place to live, you don't need to wait until you have 20% down. Sometimes buying sooner, even with mortgage insurance and higher interest rates, puts you further ahead in the short term and definitely in the long term. So look at it this way. If you're renting, you're already paying a mortgage, your landlord's mortgage. The real risk isn't buying too soon, it's waiting too long. So if you want to know if you can afford to buy a home in Seattle, let's talk and see what your minimum down payment and your monthly payment would be. It might actually be less than you're paying right now in rent. So click on the free consultation link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.